with Freddie in the meeting, trying to pull him over things. For example, one meeting he walked up to Freddie with the OD book trying to claim Matthew 18. As we said, you can't discuss it here in the hall, not the way you've done it, because there is no sin against Freddie and Derek at the time. We got that one instance as well. A number of times, we had stopped Derek answering up because of his inflammatory comments about Freddie, again using the paragraphs to answer and directing comments to Freddie about them, and we've done it at least twice, if not 3 times. We've asked Derek not to answer up, we've had to stop him on answering up on a number of occasions.
Month restrictions.
Once restrictions,
twice before. The third time was when the assault took place, alleged assault.
I would just like, if I could answer what the brother said. When I tried to speak to the brother Gurai, it was concerning a car accident which took place where Mr. Gurai had loaned his car, or give his brother permission to drive this car. This car then was in collision with me, and his brother got out and run away, and then I phoned the police. Everybody was out, phoned the police. Then Mr. Gurai turned up and said that he was the driver of the car. He was subsequently arrested and charged with perverting the course of justice, and it was for that I wanted to talk to Mr. Gurai, and I wanted to make the peace as stated in God's word. I wanted to follow out the Matthew 18. I was restricted from doing so, like brother says, and he said at the judicial meeting, there has never been no sin between me and Freddie. Although we've had all this thing, I've never ever been able to talk to him and to have tried to apply Matthew 18. They would not let me. He says because there's no sin between me and him. This man was arrested for perverting the course of justice. Before this assault in this Kingdom Hall, this very same man had been arrested in the Market Square. These brothers were well aware of this. They'd been arrested in the Market Square, and even now, they still come down against me. They still.
First of all, yeah, Freddie did come up and say, I told you earlier, yeah, Freddie was never charged. He was never charged with perverting the course of justice.
Well, that's a lie. I've got a sworn statement, but I haven't got it with me.
You might have a sworn statement. I have got in this file here. Have you got it? Letter from the solicitor. The cases have all been dropped. He was never charged with it and dealt with. I've got a letter from a solicitor to Freddie Gurai, which I've got a copy of here.
Well, you mentioned that at this judicial meeting, the brother mentioned that he had seen a signed document with my signature on it from the police, that I had got a restriction order on Freddie and his family from coming to this Kingdom Hall.
That's not what was said. That's not what was said. He said, I have got a copy of his bail conditions.
You said, you both said you've seen my signature.
No, I never said that.
Carl, you were there, you was chairman. Did they say a document with my signature on it?
Yes.
Yes.
The fact
that hasn't got my signature on it.
The fact that you had raised a charge of compensation.
There's the document.
That document had to be signed by
he
you
was cautioned. Therefore, this matter has now been concluded.
He'd been cautioned.
Cautioned.
He'd been arrested for the perverting the course of justice. He then went on to get a caution. That's what happened.
Yeah. And now to the incident in the Market Square. Yeah. Where did you get that from? Can I just ask that?
Ron told me in this meeting. Yes, he was aware of it. He said the elders were well aware of this incident and that he had defended himself. You weren't there, Carl. Carl, you weren't there. Carl, you weren't. It weren't the time you was there. This was Danny and Ron.
No, I'm not asking that.
No, not at all.
You didn't mention it.
Can I explain this arrest of Freddie in the Market Square?
Go ahead.
Yeah. He was driving home from work with his son in the car, who was Freddie was, and how old's Roman?
About
five, six,
Yeah.
something like that.
6, 5,
And he looked and saw his brother outside. So he stopped to have a word with his brother. His brother had already spoken to somebody, and this bloke set a dog on Freddie's brother, and the dog went for Freddie and his son. So he hit the dog. The man then laid into Freddie with his dog chain, yeah, and there's photographs of all the welts on his neck, face and arms, and then this man came up and threatened Freddie. Freddie punched him. Everybody dispersed. Freddie drove off and went home, but somebody took the registration number of his car, and the police turned up, and he was taken to a police station, but again no charges were brought because it was self-defence. That's no good laughing, Derek, because that's fact. And
I'm not going to dispute that. I'm just saying what kind of character. This is a baptised witness of Jehovah.
So
who
someone
I
like-
know that he's been arrested 3 times in 3 years of time that I know him. And if I've ever complained to these brothers about this man having duties, yes, I have complained, because I've seen this